Hello viewers, my name is Faith Agnes and I'm alumni of the Next Generation Leadership Program, a program that is dedicated to support Catholic leaders for the African Church, including nuns, brothers, priests, and the laity. Today, I have the pleasure of moderating a panel discussion with my fellow alumni who have just undergone a training on servant leadership program. I'll be asking them a series of questions to get their feedback on their experiences out of that training.
My name is Sister Christine from the Missionary Sisters of the Precious Blood.
My name is Sister Giselle Mashauri, a daughter of Mary Help of Christian, known as Salesian Sisters of Don Bosco.
I'm Sarah Okubasu.
My name is Joseph Kamau.
So in the last 3 days, you've been undergoing a training on servant leadership, right? Sponsored by Potikas family through the Next Generation Leadership Program. What's your understanding of servant leadership, and how have you applied it in your personal and professional life, or how would you apply it in your personal and professional life?
Basically, servant leadership is all about prioritizing the needs of others, or rather the well-being of others, before our own, and then also fostering as well as developing and creating positive, supportive environment in all aspects of life.
In addition to what Joseph has said, servant leadership is more of being a leader who is a servant. As a leader, I'm supposed to be that leader who leads others to see the way, not the person who takes others as the boss, or I take myself as the boss. And out of this training which we've received, I've come to understand more that I have to be empathetic to those whom I'm leading. I have to be an active listener to those whom I'm leading, because without this, then that means I am a boss leader, not that servant leader whom we have been trained through this program of NGLP to be that servant leader whom everybody, when you go away, they wish that you could come back the next day, or maybe you had not gone away. So it's something that looks small but holds a lot. And it's a big challenge also to us, people who have gone through this program. We have to give back to the community in a much more human way, than even more than a Christian way, in a much more human way. To listen to the people whom we serve, be empathetic to them, and serve them diligently.
In one word, I'll just say or sentence that servant leadership, it is live to serve and serve to love. And that's what I enjoy doing in my work of empowering women and children on the ground, at the grassroots, wherever I am.
Thank you so much. Sister Mashore, how has the Next Generation Leadership Program, formerly Catholic Scholarship Program, impacted its alumni?
I will say, first of all, it is through empowering people by impacting them with adequate knowledge, intelligence, by paying the school fees for us, and also by continuing to mentor us outside the academic knowledge that we acquire, the profession that we can so be called. But the NGLP is a mother to us, and they mentor us. And besides that, they also form us as an alumni group. And that is very impactful, because coming together, we learn from each other. We share experiences, we share our challenges, we smile together, and there you will come refreshed, because somebody has shared with you an experience that touched your heart, and you feel re-energized to go to serve even more and more. And the example is just this current training that we are doing. It is one of the outcomes. Here we are, different cohorts coming together, and there is no discrimination. Inclusiveness is the very key, and we find ourselves, all of us together, lay people, sisters, brothers, priests. We are like one family, and when we are NGLP, we find that we are just at home. So the mother has called us back home, and we feel that we are loved, and we are enjoying our experience together. And surely the same joy, we are going to bring it to the community at the grassroots, where we are serving in different sectors, in our different communities within the church. and also outside the church for those who are also in the government institutions. So we say credit to NGLP.
Besides instilling in us the professional and personal development, this is a very unique program. There are so many other scholarships out there, but this one has a few aspects that make it quite unique. One, the faith dimension, and then I would say it also has a very humane background, whereby you're not just taking like subjects of people in need, what other people will call beneficiaries. And this one takes everyone as in their own uniqueness and supports them, not because they are extremely needy or something like that, but because they have a potential to make the world a better place. And hence even the name and emphasis on leadership. These are programs that targets on leadership within the Catholic domain. And its faith dimension has made sure that those that are formed and goes through this process comes out as wonderful leaders and people who can dispense this leadership to humanity, irrespective of whether they're getting something or not.
Mr. Joseph, what were your key takeaways from the servant leadership training that you've just concluded, particularly in relation to synodality?
It has been quite insightful for me. It has been a refresher because we have done previously some courses on leadership, but this one was specifically geared towards the synodality process, which is a process that is going on in the Universal Church, a process whereby we are all expected to work together, to journey together, and to involve all members within the church. So in the training, I have been able to embrace a number of things, especially on the aspects of embracing dialogue, collaboration, coaching, and out of this, key tenets came out. Key tenets of synodality came out. Tenets like courage, humility, discernment, hope, open-mindedness, and foresight. And I would also want to add aspects like empathy, stewardship, and service. And it is a training that has really been impactful on all of us, all those who participated. And it is going to help us to continue delivering service in our respective domains, because we are all coming from different professional backgrounds. Others are in schools, others are in media, others are in development world like myself, and it is going to enhance our service delivery.
Sarah, how do you plan to use the knowledge and skills that you have gained in your future endeavors?
Thank you. Being a servant leader, because God is guiding me on what to do. Working in Kibera, it's one of the difficult places that we experience a lot of challenges every day. So God is guiding me to work. So with the training that I have gone through, I'm going to look at the parents I'm serving, the children we are serving. At first, even I start with our staff, look at the people we work closely with first, and how should I go about it by using the tenets that we have learned within the 3 days. We have learned about the coaching, we have learned about the synodality, we have learned about communication, we have learned about emotional intelligence, all those things. So I have to put my mind together and then look at where do I go with them. And then I look at also myself, what is God guiding me to do? Is He guiding me still to continue with the same work? Is He guiding me to go a different direction? Is He guiding me to go to my colleague and see how can I work with my colleague at table so that together as a team? Because those are some of the traits that we have learned in the training for the 3 days. Like if you have a challenge at your workplace, how do you go about it? There is a way to go about it. Humble yourself and then see how can you approach it. So those are some of the things I'm going to look at. And then the children also we are serving, they are undergoing a lot of issues. These are people who are supposed to be served with a lot of humility, with the kindness, with courage, being given hope, discernment, as Sister has said. You can start helping a child today, tomorrow you don't see a change, but you have to keep on praying and saying, oh God, guide me how to go about it until this process is ending. So that is the way I would approach it. But in future also, I'm still reflecting, where should God take me? Because at first when I did social work, God was directing me more on counseling. So I've done counseling a little bit, and then God is telling me, no, come back to social work. So that is where I am. So I'm still reflecting, is God guiding me to still do social work? God is guiding me more, help children in the vulnerable, in Kibera, those who are vulnerable. Where I brought you from, that is where I want you to remove those children from and help them. So with reflection, with synodality, with openness, I'm still asking God to give me a way out to keep serving those children and guide you on.
Sister, have you experienced personal growth as a result of this training, Sister Christy?
I feel this training has tickled something in me. Yeah, it was there, but now it has been reinforced more, especially on the side of emotional intelligence. Again, scratching on servant leadership, I feel that as a servant leader, we have to be emotionally intelligent. Without emotional intelligence, count yourself not a servant leader. Why am I saying so? Because if I don't know myself and the level where I am, I cannot manage to handle my peers or those whom I'm working with. But once I manage my emotions, I'm able to work with anybody. Whether senior or junior to me, we will mingle together well. I'll be able to understand them and they'll be able to understand me. Why am I saying this? Because when I understand myself and I see somebody, or I get emotional, like I get angry just because of what my colleague has done, I'll be able to scratch myself and say, Christine, no, here you should be empathetic to them. Be empathetic to them, know their state of being, and consider them as what would you have done if you were in their position. And then it makes me go down. Or if not, if somebody comes to me with her emotions, maybe she is angry or she's sad, or maybe with a low spirit, I'll be able to know how to handle this person. So I really give a big credit to NGLP for offering us these courses here and every now and then, because I remember even before we started our scholarship programs, NGLP called us and they mentored us. They started us off before we went to school to get the various degrees that we got. And until now, after we have finished, they are still on us. So I really thank God for NGLP and the Poticas family.
I believe we all have a message for the current scholars, the alumni, and the society as a whole. So I want to give each a minute or so to share your message that you may have. It could be to the current scholars, it could be to the alumni, or it could be to the wider society. Anyone can go first.
Okay.
Allow me to give a message to the current scholars as well as the alumni that they need to embrace education, because education is a lifelong process. It doesn't just end by you acquiring your degree, which continues, and hence the reason we are here for this last 3 days.
Yeah, I'll quote Robin Sharma's book titled A Leader Without a Title. It's one of my favorite books because I believe everybody is a leader in whichever capacity. Whether you are even a junior in that organization, you are a leader in your own capacity. And this is because as much as I am a junior in a certain organization, there is something that my colleague will learn from me, and I will learn something from my leader. And as we have been trained to be servant leaders, what are we aiming to give back to the community? And to the alumni and those who are still in school being sponsored by NGLP, Are you that servant leader as a student? Are you that servant leader as a staff member in whichever organization you are? Let's make a difference and give credit to NGLP and the podcast family, because it's only through our service and our credible service to humanity that you're going to say thank you to this organization.
Mine is a message with the alumni and also the scholars, current scholars. I want to tell you that study to serve, and serve with love. And education is life. Education is not just the knowledge that you are getting. Education is life.
The first thing is to have passion to what you do. I remember when I was doing my first interview to enter into the program of NGLP, Sister Nziwa asked me one question: do you really have a call for doing what you have come for? Because we had to write a long paper explaining why you want to do that course and giving a lot of recommendations. So I think that thing really helped me up to this time to realize what I want to do. So everything you pick up with a passion. This goes to alumni and even the people who are still studying. And then whatever we are studying, we are being given, it has to go into practice. So you study whatever you have. At times, whatever you are studying, when you go to the field, you might not find it. So you have to think outside the box. And that is why Sister or the NGLP team and the Poticas, they are still calling us to refresh ourselves, to see where are we not going right. So the first thing I'll say, it's having passion for what you're doing.
So can we just look at the camera, all of us, and just say thank you NGLP and thank you Poticas, okay? Because we are all alumni.
Thank you NGLP. Thank you Poticas family.